I only have about 20 minutes till start, and I didn't get my number yet. So really quick, I probably slept 2 hours last night. Got a quick breakfast of a banana, egg, and 2 triangles of a cheese sandwich. The button on the website for the directions took me way up to the top of the mountain, and then I had to come back down. I asked a runner who's not part of the race where Dadu Park was, and he said, you got to go back down. So I found the parking lot, and I'm not even in a parking space, but I asked the guy, and he said it's okay to park here. So I'm going to go get my number and hit the porta potty and get to the start line. I think it's a small race. Got my number, and there's a little tab like this, and the mosquitoes are just crazy up here already. I'm seeing a lot of people with poles. Maybe a mistake not to bring them, I don't know. There's all kinds of surfaces. I just went through a area that was almost needed to be bushwhacked. And there was one place where I was with a pack of 4 people and there was no ribbon, as you see like this. Maybe somebody took it down, I don't know. But we had to go off of a big road to a small, hardly marked path, and luckily that was the right way because people were looking at their map that we had to download. Well, I better put this away and get busy. I'm only like not even a third of the way through this. We're off the trail and I'm on this concrete stuff. I have 9 kilometers to go. I just met a guy who was using his GoPro to interview me. I think he's one of the race directors. Anyway, he studied in Missouri, and Taiwanese guy. He gave me some water. That was good. So I got 3K to another aid station, and then it's like 6K. By the way, I ran into JC's wife. She helped me fill some water bottles at the last aid station. Hello. Hello. Hi, doggy. Yeah. Oh, this was tough. I finished 9 marathons before, and but this is trail running is different. This is tough. I might be lost. I don't see the ribbons. Oh, there they are. Oh, it's an awesome breeze. Nice view. Okay, down we go. Done with the race. My friend's wife got some pictures, which I'll insert. You're not gonna believe this. I forgot my race bag. At least my wife put an extra bottle of water here, and last night I put a bottle of water for showering in the trunk, and I have this plastic which I'm sitting on. So I took off everything except my shorts, and I just like gave myself kind of like a shower with the bottle of water. And at least I have some water to drink here. And I'm just gonna, I have like my clogs on, which luckily I did remember. Put them in last night. So I'm not feeling like, after the walk to the car and shower, I don't feel like going back to the race site. I'm sure they have goodies and stuff, but I'm taking off. I'm tired. 5.5 hours climbing. That was crazy. So I'll give you more of a report when I get home and kind of digest all this. I finished in something like 5:37. In checking out the results from last year, from 2019, there were some people who were finishing in over 6.5 hours. So I'm happy to finish in that time. It was certainly a struggle. The speedsters were able to finish in under 4 hours. A lot of the race was just unrunnable. I mean, there were these washout areas with the smooth stones, and when you're going up or down significant inclines, there's no way to run. And sometimes there were these very narrow gullies cut out by water, and then with kind of deceivingly flat just leaves filling that gully. If you stick your foot in there, you could very easily twist an ankle. The site says that it's meant to be a beginner trail run and bring especially young people into the sport. I'd say that is true for the 4K. I think there were a couple teenagers that joined the 12K, maybe. I have to ask JC.
This is JC. I joined the Dadu Big Belly trail run yesterday, October 3rd. Jay did the 30K, I only did the 12K. Originally, I planned to do the 30K, but I decided to switch to the 12K because of some niggles that I've been having. Anyway, the race was really fun. It was a beautiful trail. It was hot. The race organizers were really good. They did a great job of providing food. I had a really great time because I also got to run with some families who were out there with their kids. It was a really good race, and I think I'll probably do it again next year.
Woo! My dear friend.
Yes.
But for the 30K, I'd say that's for adults. Ouch, I got a cramp. This race, I think, was harder than my 50K because in that race, I was going around a lake. There was a significant amount of climbing, but this was much more climbing. One big difference is in that 50K race, I didn't fall. In this case, I fell. It was instant Charlie horse, and I slipped many times. We also got off track. Luckily, I was in a small pack when we did. Race directors recommend that you have the downloadable GPX map. And when we got lost, we quickly got back on track. What you're supposed to do is follow the ribbons around the trees. I went to the bathroom like 5 minutes before the race, and I came back. The race director was making important announcements. So I asked the guy next to me in Chinese, what do I need to know? He goes, just follow the blue ribbons. On the way out, they weren't blue, they were orange. I guess the blue ones were when you're coming back, because sometimes they were both colors, or maybe it was a different distance. Maybe the orange was for the 12K. Anyway, I usually was following orange, not blue. Sometimes you just don't see a ribbon and you're like, where am I? So you pull out your phone and check out where you are. Some memorable parts. In the first third, I got to this grassy field. That must be a place that's pretty popular for mountain bikers because I came around a turn and I saw a hill in front of me with a mountain biker on the top ready to barrel down right at me, but he was nice enough to wait. But I rounded another turn and I heard some dogs barking. So I picked up some rocks and I ran with them for maybe half a kilometer until I didn't hear any barking. Hot, it was extremely hot, especially out in the open. And I forgot to bring my sun sleeves. I'll insert a picture here. I use them all the time, but I just thought I would be in the shade. But I was definitely exposed a lot of times. And you gotta remember, if you're gonna do this race, to have at least 1.5 liters of water on hand, not just a liter. I did bring an extra soft flask, and that one, at first I had it full of manio, that sports drink that's popular in Taiwan, and then later I filled that with Coke at aid stations. At the first aid station, I think all I ate was a slice of banana and a pinch of salt. In the second one, I met up with Trooper Wu, my buddy's wife, and I had Bing. Bing is like fried dough with scallions. The last aid station, I believe I had tomatoes with the sugary powder, which Taiwanese people usually have with guava. Oh! Whew. For a large part of it, I was on my own. Nobody in front of me, nobody behind me. But towards the end, I got to the points where there were more just recreational hikers out, so I was constantly having to call out on your right in Chinese. I found a way to pass those people. I saw a lizard or two, no snakes, kind of a no frills race. I don't know if there was even a goodie bag because I didn't stick around to find out. I did get this, I have this little chip. It's the midpoint of the race. They gave it a beep with the guy used like a cell phone. And at the end also, so this was the time chip. Why do a race like this? I don't know what to tell you, but there's something about being in the moment, being in tune with your body, your heartbeat, and your breath. There were points where I was questioning myself, why am I doing this? But today, I'm ready for the next one.